Okay, I have no memory of this place. Everybody, welcome back to episode 5 of attempt 7 of Darkest Dungeon on Bloodmoon difficulty. I have no memory of this place. If you're looking for a list of the mods that we have installed, check the description down below. Now, we last left off in this playthrough having...
yourself not with the cost of this crusade. Its noble end affords you broad tolerance in your choice of means.
We defeated the miller at the farmstead, just barely. He got 2 lucky crits, which were absolutely ridiculous, but we still pulled it off. We've lost we've lost 5 people. 5 people so far, 5 out of 16 deaths, and we're currently on week 46, and I think that we tried to go into the courtyard and get that started. Mary has the Crimson Curse, which we need to give her this rat carcass so that she doesn't die to it. We also now have a jester with the Crimson Curse. Yeah. Nelond. Okay, so I have no idea like what heroes I have, how they are, right? I have no clue. We have a disease on Reynold that we can't really treat right now. Hang on, Clotter, Quick Draw, we don't need any of those. How many Vestals do I have? I only have 1 Vestal. Looks like. Okay, so you know what? We'll take this Vestal, just at the very least, to make sure we have another one.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Now, I need to get an invitation in order to enter the courtyard. In order to get an invitation, I have to go to other places and do other things. Eventually, we will get an invitation just doing that. Have I built the Sanguine Vinters yet? I have. So we get 2 bottles of the blood each week. I don't need to worry about any of my heroes dying of the Crimson Curse. Stun Amulet, don't really need it. Do I have the Grave Robber trinket already? The class trinket for the Grave Robber? Let's find out. We have the Sharpened Letter Opener. We do not currently have the Rabbit's Foot. Okay, so I might go to that medium cove. I have to activate 3 protective wards, which does mean I would have less inventory space to go around for a while. Okay. Yeah, it comes down to whether I want the Berserk Charm or the Grave Robber's Talisman. I think we'll go with the Grave Robber's Talisman. Alright, so I need to build a party for the cove. Let's hope I still got it. It's a medium cove, mind you. Let's sort everybody by level. I could potentially level up some of my lobies. Potentially. Potentially, but ill-advised. Natural Eye doesn't matter. Luminous does. Alright, let's just do the safest party that we can here. Resolution, Autonomanophobia. Let's give him Holy Lance, Battle Heal, and Inspiring Cry. He'll be like our offensive healer type thing. Zuzana has quite a lot of stress built up. And then we'll take Dufour over here. So we have really good healing. Some stress healing. with the Crusader, I could have a stun bot, Abomination, up in the front. And then we just need a frontliner. And how's my backline damage? Not the best. She can target the backline. He can target one of the backline. The Crusader can, but only as long as he can use Lance. So I'm probably going to want to try to take a Hellion in order to fill in that gap. So let's take Toclive over here. And let's get everybody trinketed and prepared. We'll give her Heaven's Hairpin for boosted accuracy. Give the Ancestor's Scroll to the Crusader. And then the Focus Ring. We'll also give the Bullseye Hat and the Medic's Boots to the Musketeer. Oh, look at that. Broken Key and Padlock of Transference to the Abomination, and the Hellion being a pure bruiser, we can give her the Sun Ring, or we could just give her a Camouflage Cloak. But I think we'll go with the Sun Ring. Yeah, this party should do. Alright, let's head in. So, all the torches. I'll take 4 shovels. Maybe a 5th, and then 3 skeleton keys, 3 medicinal herbs, and we'll want to camp as soon as we can. I don't really need the holy water or the bandages. You know what? Bandages, right. Yeah, because we have those arterial pinch motherfuckers here. Yeah, so we're gonna take 4 bandages for sure. Arterial pinch could really fuck me up. That's basically an inventory slot that I won't get to keep, but that's okay. We have a shovel that we can get rid of and a holy water, and we can try to use these pineal glands real quick. All right, let's hop in.
The flopping fish-like things abhor the warding sigils. Let us claim this place anew.
There we go, we get to use one right away. Good. Oh, here we go. I might get an invitation. Let's find out. These guys have such high stun resist, I will never succeed with stunning them. Their blight resist is lower. I have a 120 base chance, plus 40, that's 140, 70% chance for the blights to stick. Or I can stun that. Nice.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, Holy Lance.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
Okay.
this momentum,
We didn't get an invitation,
push on till
unfortunately.
the task's end.
Get rid of the holy water. Grab the bust. Get rid of the shovel, grab the onyx. Reorder the party for Holy Lance.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Alright, we'll camp in here. Now, I don't have good stuns here. We surprise them, so we outspeed them. The majority of my damage is backline damage, so we're gonna stun a frontliner and try to kill one of these backliners. Okay, we cut their party's damage directly in half. Their turns are much more dangerous than mine, so we have to stop them from getting as many as possible. Case in point. Ouch.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen.
Alright.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
No scout. I don't really remember what heirlooms we need. Very few. I think it's majority money that we're after right now, so we'll get rid of the busts, take the gold. Use this. That's 2 quest objectives done, and now we have to camp. We'll
Gathered
feast.
Close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
Zealous Vigil prevents nighttime ambush. Zealous Speech reduces my party's stress. There we go. Very nice. Everybody's looking ready for more.
The promise of safety.
I think we'll... Yeah, we'll loot this now. Another one. This area is infested with them. That's all for the best. We need to try and get an invitation so we can go attempt killing the Baron again. Well, we couldn't finish it off before it got to move, but the Crusader will finish the job. Oh, we got the Crimson Curse on a new unit. right, our health is looking good.
Darkness closes in, haunting the hearts of men. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Okay.
As the light gains purchase, spirits
Clear.
are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
We'll grab that on the way back.
Ambushed by foul invention.
We gotta cure that debuff. Very nice.
Blow. A singular strike.
We gotta finish off the frontliner. Nice. 33% chance of that. Stress heal. All right, everybody's looking good. Let's try to finish this thing off.
Holds dominion. Black
Another pair of
death.
medic's boots. Let's take the gold, certainly. Use the torch. I may just leave behind that pair of medic's boots. I don't necessarily think I need 2 pairs. It's tempting, because I do have 2 musketeers. But when are we ever going to bring them both together, right? All right, job is done. Now it's all extra. We just got to make it through the rest of the dungeon. We'll continue adventuring. We'll stay behind. At least even after months away, I can come back to a playthrough and build a composition that works. I'm not rusty. I still got it. All right, let's try to do the rest of this here. Stun the frontliner. We can finish him off. Later. Alright, we might want to get some healing done before this battle is over. That's gonna blight out right now.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Reorder the party back to default positions. Use our shovel on this. Extra gold and a bandage. Can't do anything with the eerie coral. I have no more medicinal herbs.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
Oof. No good units at disarming traps. We'll just put it on him. He's debuffed already anyway.
Traps
And he can
lie in
cure
wait,
his own stress.
unsprung and thirsting for blood.
Hunger check. Use the
Another
shovel.
mariner, another misfortune. Grievous injury, palpable fear.
Yeah, we gotta deal a killing blow on that guy. Stun the guard. Jesus, 2 crits in a row. That is the most darkest dungeon thing I've ever seen. Let's get her off of Death's Door.
Impressive.
Got it. Nice. It's gonna take a while to bring this juggernaut down. He has very high protection, but we'll work on him. Let's try to go for some stress heals with the Crusader here, get everybody's stress reduced.
A momentary abatement.
Beautiful.
In Radiance, may we find victory. As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I'll take the deeds. Double scout.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Hey, Zuzi. You're logged into my YouTube on Stick. You're adding a bunch of Korean stuff to my algorithm on the phone. Yes. Okay.
Annihilated. Slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Don't really need the blood. Alright, let's keep moving. Hunker check.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Our stress ain't looking too good. Crimson Curse Craving.
Well struck.
We'll have her out of here before that can become a problem. Nice. Yeah, we gotta start getting some major stress heals on pretty much everybody.
A momentary abatement. Eradicated.
Beautiful. Stress is looking a lot better on everybody. Oh, that's a good grab.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
All right, let's ditch the bandages then. Take the recovery charm. Loot this. Don't need any of that. I keep on hoping that we'll end up spawning one of those fights that gives you an invitation to the courtyard. We're still hoping for that. Unfortunately, none of these guys can drop an invitation, I don't think. It has to be a specific type of enemy. None of them. Nice. All right, they're both dead, terminally ill.
A death by inches. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Stun charm. Are we getting out of here now?
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
It may be wise. Yeah, let's ditch some things. Key, torches, shovels, food. Just take all that and let's get out of here. We got the trinket. Twilight Dreamer? On her? That's interesting, actually.
The frothing waters subside. The advantage is ours.
Hot to trot on a plague doctor. And it comes pre-upgraded. I am instantly taking that. Okay.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Now we're gonna need some treatments on people. Reynold has hysterical blindness. We are gonna have to treat that. And we have to get rid of the Agul, whatever the fuck, on the abomination. Now, let's take a look and see who really needs a treatment of any sort. Hieromania will have to be removed before we can use that Plague Doctor. We'll also lock in Hot to Trot. Fear of Eldritch has to be removed from our grave robber as well before we can use her. Fair enough. All right, that's our treatments for the week. Trinket Wagon's got some good shit in it, actually. Look at that. It's 12 grand, but that grave robber's talisman would really help us out. I think I'm gonna buy that. Oh yeah. 12,500 gold, well spent, buddy. All right. So I can't go to either of those, it looks like. Wait, can I? I can still go there? I can't go to this one, but I can go to that one. So let me see something here. Gather the blood. Invitations from Gather the Blood. Darkest dungeon. Yeah, how do I get the invitations here? Courtyard pests will begin to slowly appear in other regions. When the infestation level reaches high, you will start to encounter monster groups that include the Gatekeeper. The Gatekeeper, if killed before he can escape, will drop an invitation. But what about the Gather the Blood quest? Damn, the Crimson Court, like, it's really hard. Just by virtue of the fact that you need the invitations. I probably wouldn't do the Crimson Court again because there's been very little, like, reward for doing it, and it's just added to not the difficulty of the playthrough, but the tedium of it, right? Now I have to worry about just randomly getting the Crimson Curse on my heroes. And there's been no reward for it. Like, I got a shitty trinket like this, the sharpened letter opener. I got that, but that's, you know, not worth it. Not worth the trade-off. I don't think I would ever do the Crimson Court again, and I feel like the invitations are what ruin it, right? Now, I'm gonna gather the blood here, and I'm gonna see if I can, like, get invitations that way. Because I want to focus on the Crimson Court and see if I can actually get it done. The question is, can I acquire invitations in this Gather the Blood quest? Apparently you can make those guys show up by interacting with, like, thronging hives or... hang on. Curios, Darkest Dungeon. Hive. Cocoons. Summon a supplicant, sycophant, and esquire. If I use it. So I have to use the throbbing cocoons. That sounds moist. All right, let's take our jester. She's got Plutomania. We can't take her. Let's unequip all the trinkets from everybody. Yeah, if Plutomania wasn't there, we could totally take her, but we'll take Mary. She's really important on these sorts of runs. Bringing a bounty hunter can be important when you encounter Crocodilian, but I don't know if I'm going to be encountering Crocodilian on this run. I have no idea. It's a short quest, so I'd imagine I probably won't, but I don't know it well enough to know for sure. right? So we're winging it. Let's give this guy his frontline abilities primarily with a little bit of supplemental healing. And then in the very front, I'm thinking the Hellion. All right, let's give her Heaven's Hairpin as well as the Sun Ring for even higher accuracy and damage. The Crusader is gonna be a stun bot who heals well. The Jester is gonna be applying bleeds, and you know what, let's give an accuracy boost to the Crusader. Accuracy and stun chance, and then the Jester is going to have the Ancestor's Scroll, as well as the Bloody Dice. Easy choice here, right? Oh yeah, I lost my Plague Doctor's Blasphemous Vial. Right, we lost that in the last, kind of like the previous episode, I think, and we lost the Highwayman that we really liked as well. So this improves my Blight skill chance and dodge. It's the best we got right now. We have nothing that improves her stun skill chance, like success chance though, so let's give her the stun amulet. Better Blight and stun skill chance, but her accuracy will suffer. Maybe I'll just give her the Sniper's Ring. No, that slows her speed. We should give an accuracy boost to Mary though. So we'll do like stun amulet and focus ring. I think that'll do. Do I even want to bother doing a stun bot? Maybe I'll just do a Zealous Accusation and Smite on the Crusader. And then I can give him the Ancestor's Scroll while giving an accuracy boost to the Jester. That seems more wise. Yeah. I mean, we have the Plague Doctor for stunning anyway. Let's hope this party's up to par with what we're gonna be going up against in here. I'll take 4 blood with me, take all the food. We don't need that many torches, really. Provisioning for this is rather simple. Don't I have notes written down for this? Did I write down any Crimson Court notes? Ugh, let's see if I ever wrote that down. Extra shovels for wine crates to find firewood. That doesn't matter here. But also for heirlooms or any loot. Holy water for a damned fountain. We have 1 holy water. I'll take 1 more. I'll take a couple of shovels. Herbs for forgotten delicacies. Bandages for piles of strange bones. And torches on hives or cocoons, but the cocoons we're actually going to want to search to see if we can get an invitation. Yeah. All right, let's hop in. And let's hope I even can get an invitation here. I really have no idea.
Oh yeah. Give them no quarter.
Okay, this is a damned fountain. That is a stress heal for somebody. We'll give it to the Crusader. shit.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Thank you, sweetie. Sure. Yeah. As many as possible. 11. No, 3. Thank you. Can I eat the bacon in the meantime? Can I eat bacon in the meantime? Thank you. Thanks. We got a handle on our stress. More or less.
Their cursed champion falls. Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
What is that? Crimson Curse Wasting. Alright, drink it. Yeah, I don't know if we can actually get an invitation here. I have no idea. Just thought I'd try it out.
Another
Nice.
abomination.
They don't even get to move this turn.
A death by inches.
Stack those bleeds.
Festering fear consumes the mind. Monster's size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue. Mechanical hazards possessed by evil intent.
Anyway, double scout. Still wondering if I can get an invitation here. Chevalier. Crimson Curse on the Crusader. Getting that on a lot of people.
Well struck. A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose. The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
It's that next turn.
A momentary abatement. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Oh,
These
Wow.
nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
interesting. So you can actually farm these trinkets just in a dungeon like that. Forgotten delicacies. I have something for that. Herbs.
Glittering
4
gold,
vials of the
trinkets
blood.
and baubles, paid for in blood.
This is a thronging hive. But I think I need cocoons. This is a stress heal on whoever I choose. We'll do it on him.
Wealth
Oh.
beyond measure,
It's not a stress heal.
awarded to the
It's loot.
brave and the foolhardy alike.
Fair enough. The stress heal must be using it on a cocoon. Thank you, sweetie.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
I wonder what the stages of the Crimson Curse are. How do I get that buff again? Craving. Wasting. Bloodlust. If a craving hero is given 1 vial of the blood, they enter a euphoric state. So wasting is too far. Thank you, sweetie. It's got to be craving specifically. Okay. That's dead. So is that.
Executed with impunity. Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Yeah, I really have no idea if I can even get an invitation here.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
I keep hoping I'll be able to, but... Blinding gas.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. A devastating blow. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
He ain't looking too good. Nice.
A momentary abatement.
What do you mean by that, Cameron? Okay.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
All right, the job is
Handsome
technically
reward
done,
for a task well performed.
but we'll try to push on a little bit more. Craving. So, bloodlust, right? Free buff, boosted speed. You gotta make them drink while they're craving. Anyway, I think that's it, but no invitation here. No invitation at all.
Bloom and the pistol. A fitting end to my folly, and a curse upon us all.
Yeah, the gatekeeper. Let's see here. So, right now, what week is it? 47. So, it's entirely possible that it didn't count to go here for a week. I think that actually might be the case. Infestation is medium. Apparently it needs to be high in order for me to actually see the guys who have the invitation. Okay. Later, buddy. We're getting Crimson Curse on a lot of people, though. We can't take any of these guys here, but I could try to take some Lobies. If I can beat the Baron boss, then it cures the Crimson Curse on all my guys, but... let's take a bunch of Lobies over there if we can. We have Jesper here for stress heals. Crusader. He's got some negatives that we don't want, though. I think we'll do a frontline Vestal for this. Boosted stun chance. Enhanced stress healing and accuracy. Vestal will boost her healing skills and give her Junia's head a double boost on it. She is a frontline Vestal, so let's not give her the Tome of Holy Healing. Instead, we'll give her an accuracy, like a respectable accuracy boost. All right. Yeah, I want to keep on going there because right now I'm trying to find out whether or not it's actually possible to get an invitation in the courtyard. If it was, you know, everything would be a lot easier. I would understand how to get it at will, right? All right, let's give her frontline battle abilities. So Mace Bash, Dazzling Light, Divine Comfort, and Hand of Light. Plague Doctor's got the appropriate abilities. Jesper does too. Everybody's looking good. All right, let's pop in there. This cocoon right here has a chance of summoning... Well, it's summoned enemies. Is it this Esquire here? No, we're looking for a gatekeeper. All right, let me look at the curios list here. Throbbing cocoon. Yeah, the Esquire is not what we're looking for. So where does it appear then? I have no idea. Is there like an enemies section down here? Not that I can see. Alright, courtyard, list of courtyard monsters. Yeah, see, I don't see a gatekeeper here. So I'm starting to think that the gatekeeper can't actually appear in this dungeon. Shit. Oh, my party got shuffled around big time.
Devastating blow.
Beautiful.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. The blood quickens.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that I can't find a gatekeeper just like normal. That's what it's looking like. It needs to show up in an actual dungeon that you're doing that is not the Crimson Court.
The trap maker's art. His
What is
efficacy
this?
unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Disturbing diversion. That requires a shovel, apparently.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Unfortunately, I do think it's been too long since I played this playthrough. But I did kind of learn that I don't think I would do the Crimson Court again. The Crimson Court doesn't add benefit to your playthrough, it just adds difficulty to it, right? So it's like another difficulty setting in a sense. The trinkets you get are good, but you can't guarantee that you're gonna see some trinkets over the others. you have a very high chance of never seeing the trinkets that you actually want. And it adds so much difficulty to your playthrough that the trade-off doesn't seem worth it for RNG at certain trinkets, right? And even the farmstead, I feel like the way Bloodmoon is designed, where you have a limited amount of weeks in order to get things done, it doesn't fit well with like the farmstead and the Crimson Court, because they're very time-intensive things. It assumes that you would have a very long playthrough to experience these things and get through it, right?
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do the Crimson Court again. The farmstead, probably. Only because the broken key trinket for the abomination is that good, right? But I probably wouldn't do the courtyard again. It hasn't seemed all that worth it. Anyway, I thought that it would be fun to hop into a series that I haven't even played for like, God, I haven't played this playthrough for months now. I think the last time I played it was when I first moved here. But I do think it's kind of been too long to keep going with it. We did experience the courtyard, and I learned a little bit about it. But it just seems like it's not the kind of thing that you should do in Bloodmoon. Maybe Darkest, if you're playing Darkest difficulty, but Bloodmoon with the time constraint, it doesn't seem like these, you know, the courtyard add-on was kind of designed with Bloodmoon in mind. Yeah.
Decimated.
Anyway, I'm gonna call it quits on this playthrough. It's been months since we played it. No one's really expecting it to continue at this point. But I'll keep this episode in existence. We'll have it as like a last episode type thing, right? I don't know if I'll be playing Darkest Dungeon again, only because we beat it. We beat it on Bloodmoon. I experienced the farmstead and the courtyard. I kind of got a feel for them. I got to see what they're like. I probably wouldn't play the courtyard again, but I would play the farmstead again, because the farmstead doesn't really have consequences for the rest of the game. Not really, right? The thing from the stars, you can avoid it. Yeah, that's basically the consensus there. Now I'm waiting for an update in Project Zomboid, like a bug fix update or something. I don't know when it's slated to arrive, but a lot of things about Project Zomboid are currently broken. Oh, well, there's a hot fix here. Fixed loot not respawning in multiplayer. I'll have to check a couple of things here. So that's all in multiplayer. A lot of things broke. Holy shit. I don't know. Yeah, it might be a little too early. Might be. Is it possible to revert to a prior build of the game? No. No, it isn't. Wait, Legacy 42? 42.12. How long ago was that? 42.12.2. Maybe I could play it. If I can revert to a prior build of the game before all the game-breaking bugs, then totally. I wonder if Monster Hunter Wilds has gotten better yet. There were no hard hunts, I remember, last time I played it. I breezed through the entire game. It was too easy to kind of outgear the hunts, so to speak. You got really powerful really fast. I know that they're releasing arch-tempered monsters, which could be interesting. I'm just wondering if it's going to be like on par with, you know, like the arch-tempered Nergigante and shit like that from Monster Hunter World. But for now, it's all about Zomboid. We're going to let this update go on. And then I'm going to open the game and I'm going to see what build it is exactly. Well, there's the ragdoll thing. So, version 42.12.3. Okay, so this would be like, I think, right before the multiplayer update came out. 42.12.3. Okay, so yeah, we totally can. I can just play the Legacy 42. Alright, fair enough. Let's get that ready then. Thank God. That's what I've had my heart set on switching to from Vintage Story, is like I wanted to get into Zomboid and try to really play the shit out of it, right? So, Attempt 4, West Point Spawn, Episode 1, 6 months later. Tweaked 6 months later. We have the redirect into Zomboid planned, and finally, we're going to be able to get into a playthrough today. It's been a hard few days with me burning out on Vintage Story, and the viewership's been dying because I've been struggling to get into a series. It's like all the people who were watching every day with Vintage Story, I don't blame them for not really coming around again, because it's like you can only like delete your save and restart so many times before people are like, oh, fuck this, you know? All right, let's grab chat. Yeah, I got to get into a new game the same way that I got into Vintage Story, and I feel like Project Zomboid is the perfect contender for that. It's very hard. I'm very likely to die multiple times, requiring many playthroughs and attempts in order to get my feet off the ground. And if I can keep myself busy with short-term and long-term goals, then it's the kind of game where I could play it for a month and a half, just like Vintage Story. All the while, other games in my library continue to get updates, continue to get developed, you know? So I pretty much have it ready. I will transfer you guys directly into the new stream. So I'll meet you right over there. For those of you who were taking part in the Darkest Dungeon series up until this point, I know a lot of you from episode 4 might end up in episode 5 and skipping to the end. Thank you for watching Darkest Dungeon. The Crimson Court, I probably wouldn't do it again. The Farmstead was good. I would definitely get the Broken Key for the Abomination again. But I feel like the Crimson Court, it's a very long-term area, but Bloodmoon is a short-term playthrough. Right? You have a limited amount of time, limited amount of deaths. It's not really worth the extra risk for RNG and a chance at getting good trinkets, but never a guarantee, right? So anyway, later everybody.